guys, welcome to INSAHYT Social Scale. I am your host, Shani, and we are here live today on this beautiful Thursday, this abundant Thursday, everyone. And today we have a special guest who is coming on. His name is DJ. He's a spiritual mentor, coach, mindset coach, which ties in today's topic. So if you've been feeling like you needed a shift or you're going through a transition, today's conversation might help you out and take you into your next leap. But DJ,
What's good, Shuni? What's poppin'? How are you?
I haven't seen you in forever. I didn't know it was gonna feel like this. I was like, oh my god, I miss y'all, I miss you.
Oh, I know. This is an SAU throwback, man. Well overdue. So good to see you.
Yes. All right. So, you guys, we have DJ, the spiritual mentor, spiritual coach, mindset shifter, y'all in the building. So, DJ,
Absolutely.
the reason why I wanted you to come on today, right, was
Yeah.
because I was watching. I do this. I'm like Scorpio. I be stalking. I be like, oh my god, okay. So, I went back in your old videos and I was watching some of them, and I was like, DJ really be speaking facts. And right now, we're going through retrograde and a lot. I think it's tomorrow too. It's gonna be in Leo. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, DJ would be the perfect person at this time to speak out and help people quantum leap through this shift and these times that we're going to be in.
Yeah.
So let them know a little bit about you and who you are.
Yeah, thank you. Well, my name is DJ. I sometimes go by Gems. I have been on a spiritual journey for some time now, where I've kind of really learned to tap into my gifts of like clear cognizance and channeling. As well as just being a natural healer and carer and nurturer. Um, and I've kind of just really felt into that, you know what I mean? And kind of like worked my way into that and letting go of the ego. And through healing myself, it led me down a path to stepping in and stepping up to help others do the same and kind of walk in my purpose. So I have like a YouTube channel where I share insights, and sometimes I do this on IG as well. I also do like channeling sessions for people. So we kind of look at their different tools like their human design and astrology, to kind of help them understand more about their soul mission and what they're here to be a part of and do as well. So yeah.
I didn't even know you was into human design.
Yeah. Very lightly. Very lightly. I don't dive too much into it because it's very complex, as you probably know.
Yeah.
But I think it's such a helpful tool and an underutilized tool that could really help people like learn so much more about themselves, yo.
Mhm.
That like, I was like, I have to, but I saw how helpful it was for me. So automatically I started diving in and I was like, all right, cool. I need to learn this to help others.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Knowing your human design is like a lot. It's like I just like to stick to the basics. Like I'm a generator.
Yeah.
Like and knowing like your profile like 3/5 and all of that. I just know only mine. I can't read somebody else's. I
Yeah,
can't help.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
well, but then again, you can use numerology.
Absolutely. To
Yeah,
confirm
that
that as
that can help me
well.
a little bit. But other than that, like going deep into it, nah, I can't do that. I don't feel like
Yeah. No, trust me, I understand. It's super complex. Like I don't even get into some of the lines and stuff like that. I don't even go that far. I keep it pretty surface just to give you a general kind of like understanding or give me a general understanding, and then I'm able to channel what I need from there from spirit to give to the person. So that's usually how it works.
oh, sorry,
No,
I
you're
just got a
good.
channel.
Oh yeah? Hey, share the download with us. What you got? What you get?
They told me to let you flow. They told me
Let
to
me
let you
flow.
flow.
Oh, all right. So that means you're gonna let me go on my 5 minute rants.
Yes, they told me to let you flow. We're doing good.
I love that. I love
All
that.
right. What you Gio, you can't watch yet. You can't watch what? All right, so I'm gonna pull a I have questions in here. I didn't want to be generic. So yeah,
Okay.
so let's do the first question then, y'all. All
Let's
right.
get it.
So DJ, what roles what roles do surrendering play in manifesting new levels?
What roles do surrendering play in new levels. Well, surrender is probably one of the most challenging things for us to do, but also the most simple thing for us to do, but also the most impactful thing that we can do in order to getting us on our highest timeline. We got to understand that like the ego likes to control the situation out of safety,
Mm-hmm.
and the ego largely lives from the past. And by ego, I'm talking about a lot of your subconscious self that you may not necessarily be aware of that is running the show a lot of the times. And just for a quick definition from those who may not know, the ego's job is to protect you. You basically get it at a young age when you come here. And it basically is shaped by your environment and the things that happen and the belief systems that you have about yourself. And so, what it does is that it wants to protect you and it loves you so much in a way that it wants to keep you safe at all costs. Now, that word safety can be sort of perverse in a way, for lack of a better word, because what the ego will do is if you have certain beliefs, it'll reinforce that. So if you believe that you're not worthy, then if you found safety and survival in being not worthy, then your entire world will be filtered through the glasses of I'm not worthy so that you can keep the belief going, right? So it's like I always forget, I always mess up the name of this condition, but I think it's such a great like example of what the ego can do. But it's a syndrome that happens for people who may get kidnapped and they fall in love with their kidnapper, right? Or the person that is has them trapped. Like that's the ego. The ego will create a scenario to help you survive horrific situations. And unless you do the conscious work by surrendering and many other things, then you kind of get stuck in this loop of survival, and it kind of keeps you down. So anyway, to get back to your question, surrendering is the most important thing that you can do on this journey, and it's something that was really, really difficult for me because I like to control shit. You know, so hopefully I could curse. Can I curse on here? It's probably too late.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I like to control shit out of safety. I want to feel safe. I want to feel like, you know what I mean. I'm a Cancer, so if that
Oh, it's the
says
season.
if that says a lot, you know what I'm saying. My birthday is this Tuesday, actually, but you know, it really creates scenarios where you want to feel as safe as possible. So your money got to be good, your safety in your home got to be straight. So you're willing to do just about anything,
Hmm.
self-sacrifice and things of that nature. But what if your divine self or your higher self has a divine plan for you, of which that is different from the ego beliefs, right? And so what we do is we think that what the ego has created for us is the best that we can do, and all the while, your soul will be pulling you by showing you how miserable you are in your life, by bringing in people to reflect certain things and mirror behaviors so that you can understand that you deserve more to try to get you back on that path or that highest timeline. So, surrendering is probably the most essential thing that you can do. And that's simply letting go of knowing and being and removing the belief systems and trusting your divine guidance by your intuition or your intuitive promptings to lead you where you actually need to go to get on your highest timeline.
Well, happy early birthday for one.
Thank
And
you.
two, so what does letting go look like? Because I know a lot of people are stubborn. I know I am, boy.
Yeah.
I know I am. I ain't even gonna lie. But so how do
You say you're a
one let
Scorpio, right?
go?
You say
Huh?
you're a Scorpio?
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That security be deep with the Scorpios, boy. That- Hard to let go. I get it. Um, I'm sorry. What's your question again? My bad. I lost it.
Oh, how does one let go when yeah, how does let go
How
how
does
does
one let
letting go
go?
look like? What does
Ooh,
it look like? What do
see,
you do?
that's the probably the most challenging part is letting go. Because by letting go means that you're surrendering, right?
Hmm.
And that means that you're willing to let go of the control over your life and let spirit guide you, let God lead however we want to put it or place it. You know what I'm saying? And so letting go means trusting and having faith in your team to allow them to guide you where you need to go. Meaning let's say let's use relationship examples because people tend to like that or understand that. Let's say you got
Yeah.
a fine ass brother that you see, he fits the mold. He's 6 foot, I don't know, 4, tall, dark, handsome, you know what I'm saying? Nice
Right.
body, very fit, all of that. Got the beard, whatever you're into, right? And you see this man, and he lights you on fire, right? Because your sacral is going crazy because there's something that's pulling you towards him. And you think, when you're unaware, you think that, oh, this must be him, right? This is my husband. This is the person I'm supposed to be with, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're operating through your ego, it's literally like the same feeling that you get when you are excited about something is the same feeling that you get when you're anxious. See what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Yeah.
And so sometimes we don't understand that it's a fear response telling you instead of an excitement response. And we get that confused when we're unaware. But there's something that comes into your mind and tells you like, yeah, I don't think this is right. Like something is off, right? Something will definitely come in and your intuition will tell you like, yo, I should probably leave this dude alone. Especially let's say you're talking to him and you see in the red flags and all that. And you're like, yeah, it's definitely a no. But you're like, damn, he's so fine. Like he got money. He driving in the Benzo. Like, you know what I'm saying? He telling me all the things I want to hear. But you ignore all of that shit because the ego is running the show. So surrendering and letting go would look like in that scenario is listening to your divine intuition, telling you to leave this man alone because there's a reason for it. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Very relatable too, because I know it's times where I wasn't listening. I'd be like, he's so fine, y'all. Fuck it. I'm just gonna take the risk. I'll worry about it when I die.
Hey, listen, we
That
all
was my
fall for
mindset.
it. We all for it. As a brother, you know what I'm saying? That big booty and the smile, they say never to trust that, right?
You
So you know
guys,
how that
but
goes.
that is like low key in a way, like relationship wise. For me, in my opinion, is like it's wasting time. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, dang, like I could have been focused on me, but instead I chose to go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know what? That's a very human response, and I totally understand that. I've been there myself many a time, so I'm still trying to get that kind of stuff right. But I think that the beauty about those experiences is to not be in judgment of ourselves about it and just show ourselves grace. Because what ends up happening in those situations when you do, not listen to your intuition, your lesson immediately comes basically through time, of course. It may take you a couple months, some years to get out of the situation, and you will have to deal with the karma of that. But that karma is intentional to help you see more of yourself. So it sometimes is the greatest tool to get you back into alignment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Yeah.
it's never a loss. It's never a waste of time. There is no rush. You know what I mean? You don't need to be anywhere else but here in that moment. You feel me? So, I used to judge myself a lot and I realized like that's just such a waste of time. Like the true beauty of life is comes from these experiences, and we're meant to feel, we're meant to experience, we're meant to touch, taste, and go through these things because contrast helps us understand what we do want in our lives, you
Hmm.
know? So it's all purposeful.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're
I
right. I have nothing to say towards that. All right. So the next
love that.
question is:
Yeah.
do you think quantum leaps are aligned with soul purpose?
I would like to think so. I mean, quantum leaps to me, what that means, in my opinion, is being able to jump from one extreme point to another, or maybe make an advanced leap in your timeline shift.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that can happen very easily. It's simply a lot of the times it's simply just making a decision. One small decision can help you quantum leap to another level. And so you're basically foregoing the need to go through a bunch of lessons in order to get yourself through that main point that your spirit team, your guides, or whatever you came here to understand is trying to get to you or get you through. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so that's how I kind of look at quantum leaps is like if I decide, let's say you're the example we just gave with the relationship. You see this fine brother, he's 6'4" or whatever, you think that's your husband, but your spirit team is telling you, nope, you deserve so much better
Mm-hmm.
than that. And let's say you decide in that moment to say, you know what, I'm gonna leave this dude alone. You can simply quantum leap because your spirit team's gonna be like, yes, she did it. She knows she's worthy. She knows her self-worth. Like she doesn't need to go through this lesson, right? So
Mm-hmm.
guess what happens? Now that can collapse time, and that person that you're looking for that actually or you've been calling in rather, not looking for, that you've been calling in that's your divine partner can simply meet you then because you have healed some of what would have prevented that person from even being recognized, which is your self-worth. And that's just a small example.
Yes.
Yeah. Why are you laughing?
So what? Okay, so we have Sky. Hey to everyone that's joining right now, but we have Sky who had commented something. He said, "I agree," and not to tell people. He said, "Not to tell people they're not 5'10". Okay, let me tell you something. I want to clear this up, y'all. I want to clear this up. I am. I'm five. I thought I was 5'8" until I went to the doctor. They told me my height. I was like, dang, I thought I was 5'8". They told me I was 5'7". And
Okay.
Sky, in person, I'm taller than Sky. I was like, you're not 5'10". Stop lying to the ladies out here.
Yikes.
Because
Not
I'm
calling
taller
out
than
my
you.
boy
But
Sky
you
on
just
the
said
internet.
about,
Hey, my brother is 5'10" with shoes. You know what I'm saying? Get some his forces. It'll get him there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
so,
5'10" with
okay, y'all
shoes.
got a point. He 5'10". Um, Adrian,
I got your
Adrian
back,
lying.
Sky.
Adrian. A line? I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. Oh, a line. Alina. She said so good and well explained. Yes, D-Day is very, very,
Thank you,
very.
Elena. I appreciate you. I can't see the comments for whatever reason. I don't know why. So thank you
Oh
for the. It's
no.
okay. It's
Oh
all good.
wow. Okay, so someone said so good and you explained it very well. And
Oh, thank
Sky
you.
says the doctor lying to her. She 5'11". I'm crying. Whatever. But hey, DJ see my height in person, bro. He see my height in person, so I don't care.
She
DJ
is
see me
tall.
in
She is
person.
tall.
So ain't no thing 5'11". Okay, whatever. So let people know what is quantum leap. Yeah, what is quantum leap? 'Cause I just realized we didn't explain that.
Yeah, well, I felt like I did, but sure. Quantum leaping is basically being able to jump from one point to another in
Mm-hmm.
what we would consider in time a very fast fashion. So, like, let's say, let's simply
Oh yeah,
put,
you did. My bad. Over here
uh,
laughing.
no, you're fine. We can give another example. Let's say, you have a business and you're bringing in, let's say, 10K a month through your business. One of your video goes viral on the internet. All of a sudden, you're going from 10K a month to 50, 60, maybe 70 grand a month in sales, right? Like that would be considered a quantum leap, a large or vast jump. And don't get it twisted. I mean, that's a money example, but there are quantum leaps that we make every day. Every time we make a decision, you're going on a different timeline. So
Mm.
things are changing all the time. So, sometimes it's emotional quantum leaps, if that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
You may vastly grow. You may read a book and that unlocks something in you, and you quantum leap into a new version of yourself, one that you may not have gotten as quickly without that book. See what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yes. So it's like, for example, because I always thought this. So like, we're walking out the door, right? We go out our front door. Are we technically quantum leaping into like a different dimension based on whatever we're thinking when we go out that door?
Every time you do something, every time you think of something, every time you blink, something changes. Every
Ooh.
single moment, there's a bunch of everything is layered on top of each other, for lack of a better. I wish I could think about like a stack of pancakes, like time,
Mhm.
like everything is stacked on top of each other, right? And so many things can be happening at one time because time is only a construct in this three-dimensional plane,
Mhm.
right? And so we're living, breathing through every moment. And so every time I have a thought, every single second per moment, there are billions of things going on that change.
That's
So
so freaking
everything
cool.
changes all the time. It's constant motion here.
So if you go back to an ex, are you jumping back into time, like back into that reality, into that space?
In a way, yes, in an energetic vibration, of course. Yep, that person will take you back into that version of yourself that you're trying to release in a way. So
Mm.
what you'll notice is, and it depends on the situation because every situation is different. But let's say it's a toxic S, a toxic X, one that your spirit team is trying to get you away from. and you, for whatever reason, you don't feel strong enough to leave that person, they're giving you something or feeding you your victim mentality, whatever it is, it's going to lower your vibration, which means that it's going to slow you down, which means it's going to technically keep you in the past.
Mm.
Because every time you have that thought about that person, you know, you're bringing your vibration down. And what do we know? The higher we vibe, the faster reality speeds up. This is why they talk about the principles of like, oh, we're going into the fifth dimension and why it's so great. Part of that reason is because things speed up. If y'all remember, like time literally has sped up over the last, I don't know, since 2000, I believe since 2012. If you really pay attention to stuff, like you'll realize that like, yo, these weeks are coming and passing by. Like think about it. We're already in July.
No,
Like
for real.
2025 is about to be over like in a couple of months. We're past the halfway point and it doesn't feel like it, at least not to me. I don't know how y'all feeling out there, but
No, it is. I'm like, dang, it's almost my birthday. It might be fall. Like already.
yeah.
Well, I'm celebrating.
Summer's
It's about to
almost
be fall.
over. Summer's
Like,
almost
god
over.
dang. Like
Hmm.
school just got out for elementary kids, and the school system. Now they finna get back in. Like I'm like, god dang.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So this is, oh, I love that we brought this up. So this is why it's important for, I know we talked about surrender, but with
Mhm.
surrender, we got to talk about being present.
Ooh.
I always say this to people, and you probably have heard me say this on my lives or, my YouTube or whatever. Like the present is a gift. We
Mm.
don't do enough of being present in the moment. And so we're constantly doing things like scrolling on our phones, multitasking. Our minds are constantly distracted. We don't really take in shit. Like even when we're at concerts or shows, we're constantly recording it. We're not even fully enjoying the moment. And what do you think happens when you aren't present? Then that moment passes you by.
Mhm.
And so a lot of people aren't doing enough with being present and being with themselves and just allowing time to speed down in a way that they can truly enjoy and savor. Like life is meant to be savored. When you eat in a meal, are you being conscious about what you're eating? Are you truly enjoying the flavors and like the textures and like the smells? Like, or are you just like scarfing that down? You know, I feel
That's
like
me.
I feel like I ought to dive in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And when you live life like that, like things will pass you by.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When you're with a group of friends or whatever, like it's important to put that phone down. Don't be like doing the most. Like enjoy your time with your people. Cause that way, if they were to pass away, you won't have regrets. A lot of the reason why we have so much issues with grief and letting go is partially because we're not present in the moment and we're not enjoying the experience of the thing. And so when that thing goes, then you're like, oh my God, I should have done this. I should have spent more time with this person. Yeah,
Mhm.
you had the chance, but you let that blow by because you're too focused on other stuff. You see what I'm saying? So the presence is one of the greatest gifts that you have as a human in this experience. So I challenge each of anyone who's listening to this, like, please, I implore you, be more present in everything that you do, whether that's just sitting outside and listening to nature, whether it's a song that you're listening to, like listen for the background beat, listen to what the words and the poetry that's coming through. Listen for the vibration and how it makes you feel. You know what I mean? Like, don't just do shit just to do shit. Like, actually be present. It's important.
I love that you said that because I can tie into two situations. So the
All right.
first one is since I'm a mom, right? I have
Mm-hmm.
kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when when they was like little babies, I was like, dang, I'm ready for this nigga to talk. Boy, god dang, I'm ready for you to walk, talk. Come on now, tired of cleaning up shit. So then it fast like now my daughter going to middle school, my son is like she's not going to middle school, but she's gonna be homeschooled. But my son he gonna be in fifth grade. I'm
Yeah.
like, dang, I miss when y'all was a baby. Like, oh my god. I can't
Yep.
even. I be like, baby shark, do 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 do. They like, no, mom. I'm like, I'm not on that no more, mommy. I forgot what they call it. They got new slang now, and they be like WW, like nah, or farming. I be like, dang, what's
Yeah.
happening?
Like, what is going on? Like, what? Why are we farming aura? What's happening?
Huh? Wait, say it again.
I said, like, why are we farming aura? Like, what's
For
happening right now?
real.
Like, what? What does that even mean? No, I hear you.
And then the other example was it's been raining in Florida a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I shouldn't work out. I shouldn't work out, man. Fuck that. I know, blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, you know what? It would be nice to walk in the rain. Like, I remember I used to just dance in the rain just because I said, I'm going to take this walk in the rain. It was a nice walk. I was like, wow, I'm glad I did this today. Trying to make
Yeah,
excuses. Like, oh. So,
absolutely.
and, oh, another one. Because
Mm.
we're in Cancer season. And, you know, everybody, DJ birthday on Tuesday. He a
Bow,
Cancer.
bow, 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 bow. Big up yourself.
So,
Yeah. Appreciate it.
I was talking about this on my last live of last Thursday, and
Yeah.
a lot of ancestors been coming to me because
Mm.
I was feeling like I wasn't connected, y'all. I was like, man, I ain't no spiritual being. I ain't no spiritual being, but I was feeling like that. I was like,
Yeah.
dang, bruh, dang. But then, my uncle. It's funny how they communicate. My
Mm.
uncle was telling me about. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on, I gotta get these crystals out
Oh,
because
I
I got
bet.
crystals and
We,
shit on
we get
pictures right
that.
now.
We got
But
that.
wait
Yeah, let's get the
I'm gonna show
ancestors
you
in here.
guys. This ties in. This ties in. This ties in. All right.
Okay.
So I have this picture of my great grandma and my great great grandma, and it's like a
Okay.
person right here. You see this person? It's a man right here.
Yeah, behind. Okay, I see. I see. I see. Okay.
So I always was wondering, who is this person, y'all? I was always asking them like, who is this man? I was always thinking
Yeah.
it. And then my uncle, he came to pick me up because I helped my auntie or whatever. She's a Sagittarius, and he started telling me about Daddy PH. I was like,
Mm.
is that man in that photo? Oh my God.
Oh wow.
And then he started telling me about, because, you know, I'm a life path 6, so it all connected. It's all connected, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quantum leaping.
Mm-hmm.
So then he was telling me about how they worked hard. They had businesses, like so many businesses. Like they was thinking about helping their community. And I was just like, oh my God, they answered my question because I felt like, you know, podcasting wasn't spiritual. I was just like, man, it's not spiritual. How
Huh.
Professor Melanie, you're real. I just
Shout
went,
out to Professor Mel. Love you.
shout out to Professor Melanie. I was like, Professor, what the fuck ain't shit happening, y'all? But when he was telling me about my family tree, I realized like how, you know, how my role is like an important, like, so it quantum lead me from that mindset into like, oh, okay, so they went through all of this for me to do this and do that. I was like, oh, okay, now I understand,
Ooh, I am so happy you mentioned that. That's powerful.
y'all.
Okay,
What?
so this is something that we don't understand, especially like us as like people who I consider like older souls or people on a spiritual path who are meant to have like a greater purpose in terms of not to knock anyone else's like purpose or whatever because everyone's important, but those of us who are leaders, healers, stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
we don't realize how much ancestral work that we're doing in our everyday lives. Like we come in here with these different struggles, and we're like we know that we're burdened with much more than maybe the average person, right? And but what we don't realize is like as I've been connecting more with my ancestors and my team, is like we are the dreams of our ancestors realized. Like you are someone down your line sacrificed in order to get you to this point for you to be able to come in the soul and be able to take that to the next level. You showing up on this platform right now in your full presence, your full beauty, whatever, someone in the past would be so flippin' scared to do exactly what you're doing right now, right? They had that calling in their own time, right? Maybe, obviously, maybe not IG per se, but maybe as a leader, a teacher, or whatever it is that you're here to do as a healer. But they weren't able to get to that point because of all of the struggle and all of the things that they had going on. So they did their best, right? So I want you to remember, and those who are listening out there, like the people who have your back on the ancestral realm, your ancestors really love you a lot. And they are literally supporting you and pushing you because the things that you are breaking in terms of generational trauma and cycles, right? They're so grateful because they weren't able to do it. You understand? Because it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of skill. It takes a lot of healing. And that stuff is not easy. So just remember that like you are loved, you are supported, and you are the dreams of your ancestors. You know what I'm saying? So just remember
When a
that.
cancer talk to you, you gotta cry. Oh my God, y'all boys. Cancer season. What do you expect the ancestors this weekend? Thanks, DJ. So
I
you
love
have
it.
Nikki, aka Inner Wealth Wellness. Y'all better
Big
go
up,
get
Nikki.
at her natural soaps. I've been seeing her. Shout out to you, Nikki.
Shout out to Nikki. I need to
She
order me
says to
some.
you,
Damn.
DJ, is yes, I was talking about this the other day. I
I need to
remember
order me
someone was
some.
speaking over me saying I was here to finish what my ancestors did not. If y'all don't
Wow.
know, DJ can't see the comments, so I'm reading them out loud.
Yeah,
So
thank you. Sorry,
Sky
guys.
says indeed. AKE Pierce says, Sweet Pea, I was grounding outside, then it started raining on me. Yes!
Wow.
Communication.
Shout out to Sweet P. Pierre, what up? What up? SAU gang gang. IC too.
I
Fly
miss
high.
y'all. Just all y'all. I'm glad y'all are here, supporting us.
Yeah,
All
hell
right.
yeah, for
But
sure.
no, yes, I'm glad you said that. That really touched me because now I'm gonna record that audio and listen to it.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna listen
yeah.
to that part every single day. I feel lazy. I'm gonna make that an audio for me, boy,
Hey, no,
because
I hear you.
it
I hear
is.
you. I hear you.
It's,
Nah, but it's some real shit. Like we don't realize, the sacrifice it took to get us here. And we come into this life with those burdens on us. You know what I mean? Because we're meant to break them. So like whether that's, I know you're a parent, like your parenting style, right? Like, like there's some, I don't know how you grew up, but I'd imagine the way that you're raising your children to the best of your capability, they're probably getting more love and support than maybe previous generations were able to give. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So we're constant, and I know that's a challenge and it's not easy, but like the things that we think are like burdens and we don't understand why, a lot of it is because it's ancestral somewhere at some point. And so you came here to heal those things. So by breaking the cycle, by making different choices, even though it may not be as perfect, they're so grateful because the level of which that you've been able to achieve even thus far is way better than they were able to achieve and imagine. So we really got to show ourselves more grace and more love. Like we're too hard on ourselves. You know what I mean? Like we're way too hard on ourselves. Like this shit is not easy, bro. And there's a lot of souls who, to be honest, they decide to support us from the other side because they're like, oh, being human, this shit is crazy. Like, I ain't dealing with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, I'm gonna just stay here and help y'all, and I'm gonna just send y'all some light on the back end. I'll be your angel, I'll guide you, but I ain't going through that. Hell no. So just remember
I
that when
don't
you're
blame
feeling
y'all.
down.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
This
This
shit,
is crazy.
yeah, this shit could get hectic, man. It really can. So
And I
just
love how
remember
you
that when
mentioned the
y'all hard
kids
on
too
yourselves.
about like, because my kids would literally call me out. They'll be like, "Mommy, you're following Grandma and Mom. You not like that. Why you copying them?" I was saying yesterday, I was like, I should whoop y'all. I should start giving y'all a whooping since y'all want to listen to me. I said my mama would have whooped me if I did this wrong. And then my daughter
Right.
said, "Mommy, you're being a follower." I was like,
Yo, kids will
I was
call
like,
you
y'all
that.
like y'all met Professor Melanie. Y'all so lucky.
Otherwise,
Y'all
you'd have
so lucky
got
I let Professor
DDT'd.
Melanie brush. She saved y'all. Professor Melanie be saving them little.
Oh, that's
I was like, all
hilarious.
right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Hell
And
yeah,
shout out to
that's funny.
Melissa too, because Melissa sent me a video talking about some by Dr. Alba Blair. He was like, children is here
Mm.
to teach you too. So I was like, ooh, y'all be getting saved by the soul family. Y'all don't even know it.
Yep. That there's
Here
those
says,
people around us are reflections for sure.
no, facts. Ooh,
What
that
Pierre
smells so
said.
good. But here says, I had asked why I think everything is so hard or difficult when my ancestors had so much less. Like, I want it simple and easy now. I said, I'll laugh at these easy challenges because they are easy. And then that's when the rain started.
Oh
She was stressing
wow.
herself out over the things that she desired.
Mm, that's deep. Thanks for sharing, Pierre. Listen, that's a very human thing. We don't realize like, how challenging this stuff is. Like it's not easy. It's simple, right? Like what's at the crux of those things. So, one of the things I talk about self-worth a lot, because that's basically my task of learning the past few years, to get me on this trajectory on where I'm going, right? And so a lot of this is, yes, I have trauma from this life, but a lot of this stuff with like I have in relationships, like choosing partners who aren't able to show up for me, me taking the lead and trying to prove and doing more than I have to. Like this is stuff that other generations couldn't deal with, right? They weren't able to open their heart and accept true love that they deserved. You see what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, even in this construct now, like it's easier to chase a bag than it is to open your heart and love somebody, right? Because there's always something that you could chase, buy, get, make to you know what I'm saying? Like it's a capitalistic society, so it's easier to
Hmm.
do that, but it's harder to connect with people. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
even that in of itself can be challenging. You know what I mean? To stay in your heart space, to love unconditionally. That's literally the hardest thing in my opinion, like one of the if not the hardest, when one of the hardest things is to love unconditionally, meaning that you're loving without expectation, without condition, without controlling, without wanting that thing to come out exactly how you want it. Yeah, she like, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna hold you guys out there. I feel like it too, but yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I
So
have some
so
expectations.
hey, no, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I
I
mean,
try
listen,
not to, bro.
boundaries
I
are
try
real.
not to, but it just be coming up.
Healthy boundaries are real. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. But we be wanting to control shit. We want people to behave how we want them to behave because that makes us feel safe. But
Hmm.
to to bring it back to what P was saying, like just remember P, like, yo, you're doing way more than you realize. Your impact is way stronger and larger than it looks. You know, I just saw something today. It's so funny. I think I reposted it in my stories. It was like a picture of a flower, and the flower was kind of limp above the soil.
Mm.
And you got to remember that, like, when you grow from both ways, right? Above ground and below ground. And so in the picture, you see all these roots going deep, 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 deep. And sometimes, like in our reality, we're not seeing the fruits of our labor. But I promise you, like the healing work that you're doing, like show yourself more grace because sometimes you're growing underneath the soil.
Mm.
And when those things get solidified underneath the soil, when the roots are growing, then that tree comes. You know what I'm saying? That big ass oak tree. So don't worry, like the abundance is coming. Stay toes down in what you're doing. Be in flow, obviously. Follow your intuition and what your spirit team is pointing you towards, and just again, like, you know, like Shuni was saying, like what does it look like to let go? Just surrender to the divine plan, and it'll work out.
Dang. Y'all, like, he just dropped the mic on us, right? He just dropped the mic, bro. I have nothing to say after that. But I'm gonna read these comments. Brittany's on here.
Oh,
Make sure
shout
y'all
out to
go check out
Brittany.
Brittany, y'all. Ascending through healing. She also healed you guys, man. She's the
Hey.
go-to life path 33. How can you
Hmm.
not pass that up?
And she's a beast. Shout out to
I'm not even
Brittany.
playing
Hi,
y'all.
Brittany.
Y'all gotta check Brittany out too. Unconditional love is the hardest thing and the key at the same time, like DJ said.
Hmm.
I swear, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's yeah, being in that heart space, man, it can be very challenging because it makes you feel stuff, feel pain, like real pain, you know? People will hurt you, and your ego learns to like wall up and shell itself and, you know, out of protection so you don't feel that feeling again. But it takes a lot to feel those feelings. But when you allow yourself to do that and then begin to make the choices that are best for you, then you can actually welcome the things in abundance that you truly are trying to manifest and bring in. So,
Yes. Pierce said, thank you so much. Because she's in her 4 year right now and definitely got the roots growing. Yes.
yeah, yes, building that foundation. Go ahead, P. You crushing it, yo. Crushing it.
AP to go too, y'all. Go check out her waist beads too. And she got the sweet pea candles, y'all. I be watching y'all. I be cheering y'all on. Y'all just love me. I be
Yeah, we
supporting
appreciate
y'all. I
you.
be supporting y'all game for life. But
We
yeah, like
appreciate you.
Professor said, loving is real gangster. Like that's that real love right
Absolutely.
there, man. All right.
Absolutely.
So the next one, what's the next one? I see two. Which one like better? I like this one. What advice would you give someone who's afraid of dreaming bigger?
That's your spirit team literally telling you what's possible for you. So when you're afraid to dream big, or I feel like you're going to get those instances where your spirit team is going to put things in your awareness of what's possible. So like you'll be scrolling on your feed, and then let's say, I don't know, you're doing this podcast thing, and then you see, I don't know, Joe Rogan. He's like considered like the number one podcast, I guess, or somewhere around thereabouts. And you're like, damn, like that would be nice to have, but that would never happen for me, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, that's coming to your awareness because it's something that your spirit team is trying to tell you is possible for you. But because you don't feel worthy or
Mm-hmm.
deserving of it, then you begin to, the ego kicks in and tries to reinforce that belief. So you get that saying like, oh no, this can't happen for me, like that kind of thing, right? All the while you're
Mm-hmm.
feeling bad about it, but what your spirit team is trying to show you is like, no, this is what's possible for you. We want to get you there. Like it's gonna take some work, but like it's very possible for you. So when you're afraid to dream big, that tells me that you're afraid to feel. That tells me that you have a low self-esteem or a low self-worth, and you may not know it. And you're allowing your ego to run the show and create limiting beliefs or define your life by limiting the beliefs. And yeah, that's what I would say to that.
DJ, you that nigga, man. I swear to God, man. I see why they told me to let you flow. I see why they said to let you flow today. I just like, this is the first time where I'm just like, wow, like, well said, well said. I can't even like bounce off of that because it's just facts. It's just facts, man. And you know,
Thank you.
it's
I
true. I
appreciate
was
it.
on, I don't know what's her name. Iron, I think her name Aaron Lyons or whatever. I
Aaron
was on
Lyons, love Aaron.
her
Yeah,
partners alive or whatever, and he was
yeah.
talking about like money and
Hmm.
how he was like, drop down in the comments. He was like, drop down in the comments how much money y'all think y'all can make right now in 24 hours. I said,
Mm.
I don't know. But in my head, I saw like 200 mil, but I just wanted to see what he was going to say. So
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know. He said, see right there? Whoever said I don't know, no, nigga. No, you don't need that tells me a lot about you, nigga. And I was just like, dang, it does. But I just didn't. And he
yeah.
was
That's
like, yeah, y'all
real.
don't worry about the how. Like, y'all are abundant. Like, don't say $5. He said, don't say $5. Don't say $25. Y'all need to be up there. Like, and
Yeah,
that what you just said, it does show your self worth and how you believe. So being
absolutely,
mindful of how you speak to yourself and what you
absolutely.
program yourself to do, be, have. Like,
Absolutely. Yeah, I
really do.
100% agree. And even that number that you probably could come in that moment and think, that's probably still limiting, right? There's probably more that you can even achieve if you wanted to. You know what I mean? Because it may
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily be liquid 200 million, but maybe it's in assets, or maybe you have multiple companies that are worth 200 million. There's a lot. There's a lot that can happen if that's part of your design and what you're here to do.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I seen this one post where this lady was like, y'all dreaming about a car. Why won't y'all say y'all want a title, like a car title? That's bigger than saying I want a car. Just like a car can drive past and then your car. Like, no, you gotta dream big.
Yeah, that's real.
I
That's
was like,
real.
wow, I didn't think about that. I don't know.
That's absolutely real.
I didn't.
Dream
Dream
bigger.
bigger, bitch. That's a
Moral of the story.
little meme.
Allow yourself to dream and follow the steps to get there.
Yes, and don't be scared. No, I'm not gonna because you know I'm Scorpio. I sometimes I feel like I thrive in chaos. I don't know why. I just feel like I be on go, but but yeah,
Absolutely.
I forgot what
It's,
I was gonna say. I guess I had to say that because it's true. Like I don't know why. Like when a
well,
lot
look,
of stuff is going on, I feel like it gets me
that's when
going.
you shine.
Yeah, like I be like, oh yeah, I got this, y'all. I can handle this.
Yeah,
And
that's
when
that's
things are
probably
like
part of
too
your
slow, I be
design
like,
too. That's probably part of your design. I mean, I'm sure that you can thrive in peace and in chaos. You
yeah.
probably realize it more that you thrive in chaos because that's probably more your experience in real life.
Mm,
But because sometimes, not saying you, but in general, sometimes peace can feel like boredom. Peace can feel unfamiliar. But when
mm,
what we're mostly used to is constant stimulation, especially living in the city life and all of that.
yeah.
There's a lot going on all the time, and so we are like, oh shoot, yeah, I can do this. That's the ego thinking that it's more comfortable there. And so that may be partially true, but another part of it I want you to encourage you to acknowledge, if you so decide, is that you can thrive just as well in peace as you can in
I can
chaos.
thrive just as well in peace, y'all.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
It
Hey,
is,
that's a
y'all. It
jab.
is. It is. Y'all, I can thrive in peace. I can thrive in peace. Actually, I
Absolutely.
can thrive in peace. That sounds, yeah, that sounds better. That feels better, yeah. That feels
Absolutely. I
way
mean, they
better.
both can exist. They both can be a thing.
Actually, because I still go to the club. I be all up in the chaos.
Go ahead. You be in there getting it on, getting down,
Oh, it's
getting it
called
in.
Bawi. I forgot. Pierre Bawani. I forgot to say that. Doctor Giuseppe taught us when he was.
Um,
You know what he was saying, Bawani. She gonna drop it in the comments, and I'm gonna
yeah,
say it.
yeah, yeah. I don't
But
remember.
let's see. Hold on. What's the
Shout out to
next
Bottle though.
question?
Cool dude.
How do you someone knows they're ready for a quantum leap?
That's a good question. Um, I think you know when you know, and I know that sounds kind of cliche,
Mm-hmm.
but I think a lot of the times the reason why I say that is because like sometimes we're ready and we don't realize that we're ready. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So like don't feel like, okay, cool. Spirit says that this happens a lot. Let's say you're working a job and let's say you're entry level, you're in an entry level position, right? Usually the steps of leadership goes from, you know, you might be like a lead person, then you might be a supervisor, then you might be a manager, right? But let's say you're working at a company for a number of years, they see potential in you, you're always on time, and then boom, they hit you with this manager position. And you're like, yo, I don't really feel qualified to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the people around you are literally telling you, like, yo, you have the potential, the skill set. Like, we see something in you that you can do this role. That's why we're offering it to you, right? So, like, you've been ready, but the only thing is that you don't believe in yourself, right? Because you're not looking at how you truly shine. You see what I'm saying? So, I feel like a lot of the times we're more ready than we realize. And sometimes we wait too long. Well, there's never waiting too long, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
this idea of waiting until we're so-called ready to do the thing. It's like, no, sometimes you got to push yourself,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're getting the inklings or the intuitive promptings to do it. So I would say that's also a way to know when you're ready, when your team is kind of like putting it in your awareness, like, I should do this. I should go live today. I should post a video about that. I should take this picture and write a caption and post it. Like, it'll be like little stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it may stretch you because you're like, ooh, but I don't want people to really know that I'm spiritual or whatever it is, you know, whatever that hang up is that's stopping you, or maybe I shouldn't apply for this job even though there's something telling me I should, because I'm like, oh, I'm not qualified because the job says you have to be doing it for 10 years and I've only been doing it for 5. So that automatically disqualifies me. Like, no, your spirit team is telling you to apply to that job for a reason. See what I'm saying? So you're more ready than you realize. You're always ready. You're ready when you're ready when you're ready.
Cause you're ready.
Because you're ready.
No, I'm telling y'all. No, like and sometimes I feel like it's a feeling. Like one time, right?
Yeah.
I was riding in the car with somebody, and I felt like this sensation in my body. Like it was just like clear. It was like this clear feeling taking over me. Like I entered a new portal, and I looked around like, damn, this is some new energy that I feel. Like, of course, the other person don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm like, sometimes I feel it like that. Like, damn, this is like, what the fuck did I just
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. That's dope that you're spiritually sensitive like that. Like, I've experienced that too. And you know what's crazy? Like, sometimes I'll know when the collective like shift. I'll be like, yo, the energy is like, what is this? Like, you'll wake up and you're like, yo,
Hmm.
something's different.
Hmm.
And it's just like the world just seems different to you. But that's how you also know that you're quantum leaping and like there's big shifts in the collective consciousness too. Like, I definitely understand what you mean on some different scales.
Yeah, that's how I was the only one in the world.
Nah, nah, nah. I'm
It
with you,
feels good to
sis.
know
I'm
that you're
with
not
you.
alone. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. I just feel like soul family be so far away. I just feel like, why did we sign up for that? Like,
I
why did we put
know.
that on like on our agreement? Be away from soul family members.
I
Like,
know, I know. You know what's crazy? I think so. I have two. Uh, Shout out to Brittany. We used to talk about this kind of stuff all the time. Um, I feel like part of that process is one. like if you look at light in a dark room,
Mm-hmm.
right? All it takes is a little bit of light to go a long way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine us as being light beings, right? The light workers, as they like to call us, right? We if they just grouped us all together in one spot, then how would your light be able to spread out and touch the people who need to see your light, right? You walking in a mall, you just being Shuni, do you know just you being your vibrant self, you're changing people's awareness? You ever notice people just stare at you? I mean, you're obviously a beautiful person, but like, just like, this is kind of weird. Like, why are they just staring at me, bro? Like, just chill. Like, you know what I mean? It's because you're like, they recognize something about you. They may not see it as your aura, like maybe some people can, but there's something that you represent that makes them want to shift. Like, yo, I'm looking at this girl and she just like, she does something to me. Like, it makes me feel different. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of the job is like you're supposed to be the light in the darkness. You know what I mean? Which means
Right.
that they can't group us all together. Because let's be honest, if we were all together, why would we ever leave our little circles? We would never talk to other people. We would never communicate with like, you know what I'm saying? Like these low
No, what?
vibrational
I
ass
gotta give more
niggas.
credit.
I'm
We're
not.
social people, and when we was all together, bro, we be talking to people, bro. We just cool ass niggas, bro. We all
That's
cool.
real. That's real. And
Like
that's
we see
why.
somebody in the corner, like, come on, come dance, come live, like, come on.
See what I'm saying? So our lights are needed in the most darkest
Yeah.
places, you know, because that's when they need us the most. They don't need us all where there's a bunch of light, like it wouldn't do anything, right?
Right.
Um, and then secondly, I also believe that as we shift into this 5D world, as we heal and shed the old layers of the self, right? In this year 9 that we're in with this transformation that's happening of the self, it's calling in more like-minded individuals. So I think we're going to get to the point where more of us are going to be closer spirit fam wise. Like and not and it may not always be like people that want to talk spiritual shit all the time. Sometimes you're just going to meet like dope souls that you just vibe with, and like they just see you unconditionally for who you are. They just rock and vibe with you. Ain't no judgment or none of that. Because even sometimes your own spirit family can be in judgment for who you are and how you behave. It's like, oh, she went back to eating meat and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Show did, show did. I eat bacon sometimes too.
hey, that's all you. I love that. But you see what I'm saying? Like even sometimes people in your own communities can still turn on you, bro. So it's just we're calling in people that are more vibrationally aligned as we speak. So it's coming in. It's coming in.
You guys, we're quantum leaping right now, having this
No,
conversation.
but
Isn't
facts
that
though.
dope? So
That's
freaking
fire.
dope, y'all.
That's fire.
We're in
Yeah,
alignment.
you're gonna leave this conversation different. We all are, including myself. You know, I love that for us.
Yes. All right, so the next question.
Oh, let's get it.
How does someone shift from survival mode to expansion mode?
Ooh, see. Okay. So this one I think is it's a more nuanced question, but I'll try to keep it as surface as I can and general as I can and as easy as I can. Because everybody has their own set of traumas and issues and mentalities and belief systems that may be that not maybe, but are contributing to where they're at in their lives and is teaching them something or showing them something about themselves that they need to let go of and recreate, right? But in order to get into your abundance, you got to let go of, as simple as that, the old belief systems that you have about yourself. And by old belief systems is like doing the shadow work to realize, like, okay, cool. I've been hopping from relationship to relationship to relationship because I'm looking for someone else to complete me,
Mm,
right? Because I don't feel whole within myself. So these people that I'm attracting are also examples or mirrors for me to realize that I need to focus more on myself and my own self love, right?
mm-hmm.
Once I get to that point and I become a whole person, meaning that I can love unconditionally without needing to control, right? Without needing to be attached to someone, and I can be in other people's presences and enjoy whatever they have to offer me without wanting it to be fixed or attached, then I don't know. It's a crazy thing. The universe just starts to bring in the people who are actually match you in that vibration, and they actually want to stay, and they actually treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. Right? So
Right.
it's like that's how this works. It takes actually doing and releasing the belief system and doing the deep healing work. So that may be going into your past because of some trauma that happened when you were a child. You know what I'm saying? Or consistently. It may take you changing your entire life. It may take you exercising and changing your diet. It may take you reading certain materials and books. It may take you watching mad videos on spiritual topics. Whatever it takes, you're going to do. And trust and believe, you don't have to worry about solving the problem. Like it's not a math problem that you got to solve. When you're ready, what's the saying? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Like spirit will find a way to bring people into your existence that will help unshake shit in you. So, like for example, like Bashar has been, you know Bashar, right? He Daryl Anka, he channels Bashar. You ever seen
Oh
him?
yeah, the dude, bald
Yeah,
head.
yeah, the bald head dude, right?
Yeah.
Who channels Bashar, right? He fell into my awareness like maybe last year or the year before, I can't remember. Just randomly on my feed. And the stuff that he was saying just resonated with me so heavily. And I was like, oh shit, this is crazy, right? So a
Mhm.
lot of the stuff that you see me talking about was stuff that I real last year. If you go on my content when I was in my teaching bag, a lot of that was inspired from Bashar and what he taught me and helped me to realize. And I was able to integrate it, put my own spin on it, and even put my own lessons on it and what I understood and channeled from my higher self. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
remember those lines was lit.
yeah, hopefully I'll bring them back in some way. I don't know. We might be doing some new shit soon. I ain't gonna say it on here, but we could talk about that personally later.
I feel like I know. I feel like I know, but I'm not gonna say nothing.
All right, bet. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But like so when I was ready, he came into my world, right? Professor Melanie, another one, like randomly on YouTube, popped up. She changed my world. And you know what I'm saying? I got to meet people like you through SAU and learn all these different things. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was on the journey of myself. So when you decide, when you tell your universe, when you tell your spirit team, like, look, I'm ready. When they see you in the vibration of being ready, they'll bring you what you need. They'll bring you exactly what you need to learn what you need to learn. So just to bring it back, surrender, let go. All right. And everything will work itself out. Just follow the promptings.
But I'm gonna add another personal story. 'Cause I want to add on to that, y'all. Let me tell
Please,
you. Let me tell
please.
y'all. So SAU had a retreat last year, and I did not know. I wasn't even a part of the membership yet. Like the collective thing she had got to be in,
Oh, we're okay.
and I knew I kept pushing it back, kept pushing it back. But it was
Yeah.
wisdom, Carla. It was a couple people saying,
Yeah.
"No, you gotta come to this one because you missed the first one. You gotta come to this one." And I was like,
Yeah.
"All right, let me stop playing around. I don't know how I'm gonna get this money, but I'm gonna get this money today."
Hell yeah. Hell
And I
yeah.
swear, I kept seeing a school bus pass my house every single morning. Every single morning was like a school bus,
Okay.
and like it's not been passing by my house. It has not passed by my house ever since that day. But
Wow.
I seen it as SAU. Like I'm going on a school bus to SAU. Never flew, never went on a plane or nothing like that before. And why this cancer boy came into my life?
Uh
I'm not
oh.
talking about wisdom. I'm talking about somebody else. It was like this other
Okay.
cancer boy came into
Shout
my
out
life,
wisdom
and he
though.
was just
Big up.
like,
Big up. Yeah.
so he was like, "I'm gonna take care of you." And I was like in my Scorpio bed, like, "No, bro, like get away from me." And then
Yeah. Yeah.
Abraham Hicks came on, and she was like, "The give, act, and is receiving," or something like that. Abraham came on.
Mm,
The next day, he seen me again. He's like, "Let me buy you lunch." So I said yes. So he
yeah.
gave me the money, and I would like literally not spend the money. So every time he seen me, I would save the money, and it was like
Yeah.
enough for my plane ticket. It was enough to get into SAU, enough to eat.
Wow.
Like I swear to God, bro, that nigga say,
That's
and that's how I
crazy.
got there. And then Carla, I was like, "Carla, like I don't have a place to stay at Virginia. Like how I bought the ticket, I got all of this. Like what I'm gonna do?" And she said that no worries. Then the next day she said, "Bruh, why we get to the B&B and it's an extra bed in my room?" I was like, "Bro, my dog." And bro, that whole trip, man,
was
yeah.
just perfectly aligned. You see what I'm saying, dude?
Letting
Like
that
that's
junk
such a
go, I had to
great
let it go.
example. Like spirit always takes care of you. You'll get what you need when you need it. And that's another thing that Bashar says all the time. Like abundance is having what you need when you need it. Like
Mm,
it doesn't need to mean necessarily that you have $1 million in cash and you're swimming in money and shit like that. That's not necessarily abundance. You know what I mean? It's the
hmm.
simple of having what you need when you need it.
Facts. Conscious King Conscious Shabam says, "Yes, abundance. You deserve the world, girly. Yes, we all
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Y'all, what?"
yeah.
Pierce says, "Bow wow me. Greetings and ancestors. Yes, swear to God.
Okay.
Dang,
Shout out
ancestors
to
again.
Pierre
Huh?
for remembering that, yo.
Huh?
So shout out to P for remembering that.
For real. That's not what's good times,
He a
man. Good
beast.
times. Can't wait for the next time we all vibe out, bruh.
Yeah, man. Soon come, soon come, soon come for sure.
For real. Okay, so the next question. Oh yeah, and I wanted to add on to that because survival mode. Because I feel like we're always in the energy of do 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 do, and you really and when you're working towards something and you don't see it, you like, man, fuck this shit, bruh. I don't want to do it no more. So remembering what you just taught us is, just know you when you need it, it'll come, it'll be there. Like
Absolutely.
everything that you need was right now, right here. And I remember
Absolutely.
Pierre last week. I didn't want to come on live, y'all. I swear to God, I didn't want to go live because what I was going through, I was like, man, ain't nothing working out. I'm supposed to be on my own TV network right now, bro. I ain't trying to be on that big when I'm older. I'm trying to do it when I'm young.
Trying to do
And
it
Pierre was
now,
like,
like.
are you going live today? I was like, dang, yeah, bro, I'm going live, bro. So shout
Hey,
out to Soul Family keeping me accountable. All right,
absolutely.
keeping us all accountable. But the next question: what are your top 3 daily mindset habits or rituals that you do?
Oh, for me, all right, we got to keep track. Daily. So my routine in the morning is typically doing like light yoga or stretching,
Mm-hmm.
followed by breath work,
Mm-hmm.
um, and then followed by meditation. Right. So after the breath work, I usually feel like pretty deep and ready to like easily connect with my team. So I would usually meditate and just give thanks. You know what I mean? So in that moment, I'm giving thanks and appreciation for, what spirit has done for me, what my ancestors have done for me, source, however you want to call it, God, the divine. Um, and then, I try to do things that pour into myself. So like whether that's eating a good solid meal, right? That's relatively healthy. It doesn't always have to be healthy, but something that brings me joy and happiness that I can truly enjoy, right? So that's like one of my ways of loving on myself. Um, and yeah, doing something for my inner child. I think doing something for your inner child daily is also really important. So for me, it's like playing video games. That's one of the ways. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't always have to be that. Like the other day, so I'm on my what is that called? Abstinence journey. I don't know if yeah, abstaining a little bit, right? So just chilling out, just keeping my energy to myself for a little while. And so as a man, sometimes you got to learn how to use your sacral energy or channel that. And one of the ways you can do that is by play, right? So like playing video games is cool too. But what I did the other day is like spirit blessed me. Shout out to my cuz. She just invited me to Hershey Park. I'd never been to Hershey Park, which is a really dope park out in Pennsylvania. And when I tell you going on the rides and stuff like that, like lit me up. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it really helped me pour into that inner child aspect. And I hadn't been to an amusement park in like forever. So it's just like as you become an adult, you tend to forget like it's just the simple things that you enjoy. Frolic, shout out to oh my gosh, what's her name from SAU that does the Frolicking Fridays? and she'll just record herself like frolicking and stuff like that. Like just
Dang, who was
simple.
that?
Forget her name right now. Oh, I can see her, but I can't. Forgive me, sis. But just like little stuff like that. So what makes you feel good? Is it reading? Is it playing cards? Like just do something fun. Coloring, doing like coloring books, sketching. Do something creative. I try to do something a little creative or something that's sacral like. I'm a manifesting generator with the 4-6 profile. So with my responses, I'm to respond. And so, my sacral is really important to me. So just doing those types of little things really help and go a long way. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my top five. So what did I say? Yoga, so stretching,
Mhm.
intentional stretching or yoga. Breath work, right? Doesn't need to be long. Just focusing on your breath, and it doesn't need to be those intense ones where you feel like, oh my God, I'm about to pass out, or you have to hold your breath for like 90 seconds.
Mhm.
And you're like, you know what I mean? Meditation, feeding yourself something that's good for you or feels good, um, and then remembering to play. That'll be my
I
five.
agree with all those things,
Yeah.
especially breath work. I did like this breath work class, y'all, and bro, I felt so lightheaded and grounded at the same time. I was like, dang, this is nice. But I had to tell my mind, like, yo, it's not boring, bro. It's not taking too long.
Oh, you impatient? Okay.
Boy, yo, that shit took a long time. But it was really, it be working, though. It be working. It be helping.
It does.
It
Shout out
do.
to breathwork. I love breathwork, man. It can really take you places if you know what I mean.
Oh,
If you
who
know
else
what
used to do it? It used to be Coney and Jade, aka Jedi. They used to do. I
yeah.
don't know if they still do it, like the 21 day. It was a 21 day something, and they was doing like breath work and stuff on their thing too.
Word.
And I was like,
Uh,
check them out too.
Shout out to them both. I think Coney is cancer too. So shout out to her.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Jade. Shout
happy
out to
early
Jade.
birthday! I don't know if she's watching, but happy early birthday to Coney too. Happy
Yeah, happy
birthday.
birthday.
I love them too. All
Hmm.
right. So the next question. Oh, I love this one, y'all. Get ready. Do you believe we're guided or destined to take certain leaps in our life, or is it just free will or mindset?
Are we read that for me one more time? Are
Do
we
you believe we're
destined?
okay? Do you believe we're guided or destined to take certain leaps in our life, or is it just free will or our mindset?
It's all of it. There are certain things that are set up in your life to happen at specific moments, especially if you've made a series of choices to help bring you back on your path. So, like, let's say you made a series of choices and spirit is trying to direct you, but you're not listening. So you may
Mm-hmm.
get into like an accident to bring awareness and get you to slow down, right? Or let's say spirit's been pointing you to say like, look, we want you to find a new job, but for whatever reason you're acting afraid. You are afraid that because the job market is it's a little competitive, and you have a cushy job and you're like, I don't want to leave it, like because of the security or whatever it is, and they're like pushing you. So they may like the company might get bought out, and then new management comes in, and then the whole culture changes, and then you hate your job. You see what I'm saying? So there are
Mm-hmm.
things that are meant by design to happen that's already pre-planned, right? So you may meet a soulmate, like a best friend, randomly in a grocery store after going through a really tough tower moment. And then that person comes in and like y'all become best friends for life after that. Like those things are by design. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can also, as you're a creator and a manifester, you can create and manifest things that are in alignment relatively with what you're meant to learn. So, for example, let's say you like music, but you're not really here to like be a musician per se. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you may think that like, yo, um, I have this passion for music. I know how to play the piano really well and blah, 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 whatever. And so you're following that, and it's like weird because you're a good pianist, but like people aren't booking you or whatever. There's some type of blockage there. And so you notice that like maybe you're seeing DJ sets on YouTube all the time. and you're like, yo, I could do that. Like, this is a fire set. Like, this is cool, but I'm doing my piano thing. And you just keep seeing that orbiting around you. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? It's just like, yo, what is this thing with DJs? Like, all of a sudden, like, DJs are trying to be cool with me and stuff like that. And then you finally give it a try and you realize, like, oh shit, I'm really good at DJing, right? It's like, it's in the wheelhouse, even though it's different. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, like, you can still so things are still pre-planned, but you can still like manifest the thing that you love, whether that's music or whatever. But whatever is going to be the most in alignment with who you are is actually going to be that the thing that pops. Does that make sense? I don't know if that was a
No,
great
it makes
example, but
sense. It makes
hopefully you're
total
walking with me what I'm
sense.
trying to say.
Like for example, when we can use Professor Melanie because her story we
Sure.
all know, right? When she said that
Yes.
she thought it was gonna be herbs. Well, no, when she thought she was gonna be a professor, and then she went to herbs, and it's like, no, it's not that. And then she went to SAU, and it's like, oh, and then she go deeper and deeper. Yeah. So then
See what I'm saying? So they're
that
both
makes
in the
sense.
same like spiritual wheelhouse. They're both
Mhm.
healing, but just very different ways. One is through leadership in a different way, and one is through physical healing through herbs. You know what I mean? Like they're in the general wheelhouse, but like you wanted to the key is that she wanted to manifest a business. She knew that she had a greater impact on the world and a calling towards that. And
Mhm.
so she may have been like, you know what? I like herbs. It's healed me. I want to heal other people in that way. Through that process, she actually realized through refinement that like, oh shoot, this isn't actually what I'm here to do. It is something I'm passionate about, but it's not necessarily my path.
Mhm.
So she manifested through that experience, right? A successful herbal business at that, right? But she
All
realized
right,
that
right. Cause I was
through
buying
that
that one.
process, you see what I'm saying? So you can still manifest something, you can
Mhm.
still create, right? But there may be a different divine plan. This is why you got to let go and surrender. So it's whatever spirit wants for you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And spirit may use your passions or excitements to get you where you need to go as well. So it's a little bit of everything.
Yes, we have people agree with you. They said it's both of them.
Yeah,
I agree too.
both of them.
I agree too. As a man thinketh, you think it, you bring it into your reality, or you already have a blueprint, like our like our natal chart. Like we already have like a little things about like what we got going on. So it's just like, yeah,
Mhm.
it's destined in free will
Absolutely.
too.
And where you think that idea is coming from is 'cause a lot of the times that idea that flows in comes from your higher self
Ooh,
trying to get you to take action on. So,
I got a question. What is our higher self doing? Is it in a meditative pose, or is it just like inside a body like energy?
all right. So, what is our higher self? So, how I understand it is higher self is a collection of your higher consciousness. That's basically um, a slightly separation from source or the divine source.
Mhm.
So it's a collection of all of your past lives. Many of us, who may not be, so hopefully you understand the idea of reincarnations, because if you ever seen the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think it's called,
With that
that
Asian
kind of
lady.
shows you, right? Or like Loki, for example, it kind of
I
shows you
never
how
seen low
timelines
key. I
work.
heard it's good though.
It is pretty good. It is pretty good. Um, they kind of show you what those things look like, whether that's diverging timelines and different worlds and how many versions of something can exist, right? So your higher self is a collection of your different experiences and different lifetimes. You may have different lifetimes when you actually weren't on this planet. You may have different lifetimes where you were actually working with connecting grids and creation, and sometimes you may have been an angel or a guide in another life. Sometimes you may have been what we so call like a extraterrestrial being. You may have had like different universes that you were in. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But it's just when you come here, you forget all that stuff, right? And you kind of like go through the process of remembering to get back to source, which is basically how this works. But anyway, your higher self is basically behind the scenes, and it's your connection to source, God,
Hmm.
right? And so your higher self is always with you. It's sometimes that little voice that tells you to go to that tells you mm-mm, or yeah, do it, right? And you still have free will whether or not you want to listen to that or not. But yeah, that's how I view the higher self.
So how can someone listen to their higher self to be able to quantum leap?
Well, I think one, it takes cleaning up your mind and beginning to make the conscious choice of following the voices or the inklings or the pushes or the subtle feelings that sort of like calmly shine forward, if that makes sense. So, like, you may have a bunch of thoughts running through your head, but there's always that one thought that's just like, huh, it just sticks out, right? For some reason, you don't even know why.
Mm-hmm.
For example, you go to, let's say you in the grocery store or something, and you see somebody pass by, and you be like, yo, that person reminds me of somebody. Like they look like somebody I know, but there's something about them that just seems different, right? Those are like the little nudges that we're talking about, right? Like those are slow. It's like your spirit team slowly trying to get you to like, yes, yes, yes. Follow that curiosity, right? Something that tells you like maybe I shouldn't go. Something tells me I shouldn't go there. I shouldn't go this route to work. Even though every day on autopilot I take this every day. But for some reason today, spirit is telling you to go a different way. But you
Mm-hmm.
don't listen to it. You don't listen to that subtle thing. It came in calmly. You doubted it. You went down that same route, and then boom, now you're stuck in traffic. So now you're late at work, and you're like, "F, there was an accident. I knew I should have listened."
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's that subtle voice, that subtle feeling, and the more you follow that, the stronger it becomes. But to be fair, other actionable steps that you can take to get more into that energy, meditation is huge. Okay. Um, and meditation allows you anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes a day will strengthen that muscle and allow your team. It makes it easier, that connection to give you downloads or however we want to call it. And you'll notice more and more synchronicities happening because your spirit team will realize like, okay, cool, they're paying attention, they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to communicate, if that makes sense. So that's where I
Oh,
would start meditation.
oh yeah. No, it does. It works too.
Mhm.
Oh, it works.
She like, yeah. And oh, by the way, meditation doesn't have to look like you're sitting in a cross-legged pose with your hands in this position and your eyes closed. Like there's many ways to meditate. You can put music on that makes you vibe and dance, and you're free of thought and you're just in flow. Like that's a form of meditation. You can sit and you can journal your thoughts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's a form of meditation. Some people enjoy things like cooking, and they'll just sit and cook in silence and they're just present, and then things will come in. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have to be the action of just sitting. You know what I mean? Like some people it's like running. Some people get that runner's high and they automatically begin to channel information. See what I'm saying? So find whatever that medium is for you that makes you feel at maybe like at peace or a small joy, and you'll notice that things begin to flow to you a little bit easier as well. Strengthens
No, I
up.
feel that. I can't. I don't like to sit crisscross applesauce. I lay on my back. I, that's the
Uh,
best way for me.
you
Laying
don't
on my
fall
back.
asleep?
I can't do the other ways. I tried.
You don't fall
It's just
asleep at all
annoying.
when that happens? I'll be falling asleep when I do that.
Nah, no. I fall asleep sometimes. But it's meant to happen if I fall asleep doing that. I mean, I got messages in the dream world that I
Hell
need to
yeah.
look at. But no, I
Hell
like to
yeah.
lay on my back. Or
Absolutely.
I put my knees, like my knees are like this, and while I'm laying on my back.
Ah,
That's
okay.
another way I do it too,
Got
especially
you.
outside.
Love
All
that.
right, guys. So we have two more questions.
All right, let's get it.
Oh no, like we have one more question. So, what's the difference between toxic positivity and true mindset?
Ooh, that's a left field one. All right. So toxic positivity is basically a form of spiritual bypassing. You know, we can sometimes pretend that things don't exist, like, and this is not to knock like people like Abraham Hicks, for example. It's just like, you're a manifester. Just pretend that everything is well and hunky dory and you'll get that $1 million. It's just like, Yeah, no. Right? Like you can't wish it away. You know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're gonna have to deal and heal that thing. See what I'm saying? Like you can't pretend it doesn't exist anymore just to get along. You'll get you yes. Will you be able to get some type of progress with that type of mentality, a positive mentality? Of course. But not acknowledging, part of healing is acknowledging through your awareness the things that you have that you're struggling with. You know what I'm saying? Because like you have to face it. You have to face it to heal it. You can't just pretend that you don't have an issue. If you have a victim mentality and you pretend that you don't, you're not. You're gonna be spinning your wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Because your spirit team, if you're meant to deal with this in this life, oh, trust and believe. No matter where you run, you're gonna face that. It's gonna show up in all of your relationships, your jobs, your money habits, whatever. So, to me, toxic positivity is pretending. Um, that pain and suffering doesn't exist. It doesn't acknowledge those things. Toxic positivity can put you in trouble because you may not be showing yourself grace. Because, like, if you're tired, for example, because you're moving a lot of energy and you're healing a lot and you're pretending that, oh, I'm not tired, and you keep pushing yourself, something is going to happen to break you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So, like, it's an interesting topic that I think a lot of people in the spiritual community use. Just so focused on manifestation, manifestation, and it's just like, no, you're spiritually trying to bypass steps, and you can't. So just deal with your shit, face yourself. You'll get a lot farther. Trust me. Trust me, I know. Um, and as far as mindset is so important because your belief systems of what you were talking about earlier can really help or hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, having a positive mindset is helpful. So these are two extremes. We have toxic positivity and then we have positivity. Positivity is sometimes hope. Positivity is sometimes saying, like, my situation is fucked up right now, but things are going to get better. I know it. See what I'm saying? Like, that in itself is a different energy of which can shift your life. So, don't get it twisted just because we're talking about the toxic side of positivity that exists, right? Because there's shadow and light in everything. So there's no
Mm-hmm.
judgment. But somewhere in between, using positive thinking and changing your mindset to think more positively, right? So, for example, if you feel like, if your crux, if your true issue after doing shadow work is you realize, like, oh shit, I'm not worthy, well, maybe you should start telling yourself, like, yo, I'm worthy. You might have to start doing that and giving and starting with shifting by giving yourself I am affirmations. I am worthy. I am deserving. Over time, that does help you. But you not only need to have the mindset, it's important, but you also need to take the action behind it, which means that you're making choices in your physical reality that reflect that. And that's how you
Mm-hmm.
begin to really do the so-called quantum leaping that we're talking about. So that's the way that I view that.
I love that you said that because in my head I was like, action,
Action.
action.
See? Yeah, yeah. Maybe you were trying to,
Because
you were
I was
implanting that in
once
my
upon
mind.
a time, I was a believer like in 2017, 2018 about manifesting. I was like, I ain't got to do shit. I could just think it and it will come. Like, my
Yeah.
positive thoughts will like make this junk come. And then when I didn't see it, I was like, bro, it's just fake. But no, it's really the work that you really got to put in that work. Oh, this ties into what I was talking about last Thursday on the live. Like, you really got to put in that work to receive the results that you want. And that hard work that our ancestors did. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like how they be like, soft life. I'm sorry. I just don't like
Oh,
that.
don't get me
I just
started
be
on
like,
that.
soft life is also still like, you still have to put in that work. It's not
Absolutely.
like you just laying in bed and hoping and
Absolutely.
dreaming and wishing everything's gonna come to you. Like, yeah, it can, because the I heard the dream world is also like, the quantum field and other aspects too.
Hmm.
Like, you're pulling from that.
Yeah.
So it's just like you still gotta get up and do it. Like, you still gotta go in that shadow aspect. And when I say the shadow aspect for me, it's like The things you do behind closed doors that nobody else see you doing. Like
Yeah.
this is like you going in the bathroom mirror, like what he was saying, going in the bathroom mirror saying you're worthy, or you know, being in the dark doing your meditation, facing your
Yeah.
fears in the dark, or going
Yeah.
on live and doing your tarot reading, showing people that you're spiritual, or you know, prepping yourself up behind camera, like yeah, this is gonna be a good live, yeah, you know, doing all that stuff that nobody sees, all that
Yeah,
weird
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
man. Like for
Absolutely.
real.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the work. I 1,000% agree. That's the important work that needs to happen. And I think that that spiritual bypassing stuff that we're just talking about, which,
Hmm.
toxic positivity, etc. That's the ego will hijack. This is why you got to be so careful about the ego. The ego will literally hijack those situations. So it'll look like what you were explaining, the manifestation movement, which was so huge back then in 2017.
Hmm.
Like that's all people were talking about, and still to this day. Like people just want the quick fix of like, yo, how can I get? Oh, this can work because somebody says like, yo, let me tell you how I manifested this situation. I wrote it down 3, 6, and 9 times a day, and I did this and I did that. And you're like, oh my god, that can happen for me. Like hell
Like,
yeah, I need this money. I'm broke as
absolutely.
hell. Like I need this bread. And it's just like it can work. I'm not gonna lie, it does work up, but
Hmm.
only up until a certain point, and you begin to realize like, oh shit, this isn't consistent, right? And there's a reason for that, and it's because what you need to do first is you need to release and heal the belief systems that are telling you you aren't worthy because you won't match the vibration of that thing. They tell you through this manifestation shit that you need to be a vibration of it, and the reason why it works so well in the beginning is because you're so free in that moment as it's your first time doing something, you may actually manifest it. But it's not sustainable because what's more powerful is what overcomes that is how you feel truly about yourself. And that will continue to resist vibrationally the very things that you were trying to call in. So you gotta heal. So that takes doing the work, period. I don't care what nobody say. That's just what it is.
God dang, y'all. He just dropped the mic again. God, I gotta pick it back up. I gotta pick it back up. Cause boy.
Hey,
No,
yo,
for
you're so
real.
funny.
And this is so relatable because it's just like you can look at yourself and be like, damn, I know what areas I need to put some work in. You know, I could be working in
We
that
all
area, so I'm
do.
hoping and wishing. You know, it's time for me to put in that work.
Absolutely. That
But
ego
the
will get
work is really your
involved.
self belief about yourself because you already identified when you said based off a conversation, you can tell what how an individual feel about themselves. Like, so
Absolutely.
if somebody else can see that, you can feel it and you can see it too. Because when you go back home and you're by yourself, you know what you're thinking. You know how you scroll and you know what you're doing to avoid certain things because you don't. That's you. You facing you. Like that little energy that you're avoiding is
Yeah.
you. That is that shadow aspect of you.
Absolutely.
I think it's
Absolutely.
man,
Well
even
said.
though our spirit team, you want to stay up there in the spirit world. Human things is kind of fun sometimes. It's
They
just
are, and they're meant to be enjoyed, bro. That's another thing. Like when you get on this, you go through a process on the spiritual journey, right? Like you get sort of like holier than thou, and then you begin to like look down on others because they're not, oh, them low vibrational that. You know what I'm saying? You get like that, and then you realize like, oh shit, like I actually miss doing certain things and enjoying and going out to the club or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It may look different now, right?
mm-hmm,
Like
mm-hmm.
you may prefer going to, I don't know, like DJ sets and dance
Yep,
parties or day parties or something like that. Like that might be more your vibe. You may not like be out at 2 in the morning no more every night, but like you see what I'm saying? Like stuff that's here is meant to be enjoyed. And when you are like that, when you're in that holier than thou energy, you're being judgmental. And for
yes,
most spiritual people, that's the very thing that we hate for others to do to us. Like they judging me
yes,
because I'm wearing crystals or, you know, they're saying this while or they're stuck in religion or whatever. And you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like stop operating in duality. It's not about duality. Everything exists for a reason and all of it is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's just like no
yes,
offense to people who are like nuns and monks who may abstain from like sex, right? Like, I'm in that process now, but I'm not doing that shit forever. I'm doing it for my own reasons and purposes, of which, as long as it serves me, I'll do it. But like, the point is, it's just like, if you're gonna look at sex as bad, you're tripping. That's one of the greatest things that you can experience in this human experience. So why deny yourself that,
It's
right?
the best, y'all. It's one of the best things. Add some
Yeah,
tantra
you're a
in it too,
Scorpio, so
man.
we know.
Add some tantra in the sex. I swear, bro, it changed your life. You'll be healed. I'm just saying based off experience. Hey,
That's
do some
that
tantra on
Scorpio shit. Shout out
yourself.
to my Scorpios. Oh shit, that's so funny.
Well, no, I feel you though, because I used to be one of those spiritual people. Like, wow, this nigga is so ignorant. Like, how he don't know that? Like, I am so the best spiritual baddie in the world. Like, how? Like, I
Yeah,
know more than this nigga. I was one of those.
yeah,
And then I was like, I can't go to the club because the music is so demonic. Like, oh my god, I protect my aura. I wear crystals. I'm a sun goddess,
yeah,
y'all. Fuck you, mean. But now
yeah,
I'm like, bro, fuck that. Now I do go to day parties. I go to certain DJ sets. So like, I
yeah.
get more mindful now. I don't judge nobody because I'm just like, bro, we live in once. Everybody doing their own little thing. Like tomorrow, Billy
Absolutely.
Ball might be gone. This is like, fuck it. You want to suck a dick? Suck it, girl. You
Go,
might just.
go ahead.
Who cares? It's your life. That's where I am. I don't got time to like mess with nobody, talk about
Hey, yo,
nobody.
do those things with balance, y'all. Balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like what
But
he said.
yeah,
I'm not saying do it.
dicks are
Wait,
meant to
that's
be
some people's
sucked.
job. That's some people's jobs. I'm not judging if it's your job, because people want to go
Oh my
back in
God.
time. People
How
was
did we get
mistresses
here?
too, so
Hmm.
like that's some ancient stuff. Like you want to
No,
get
no, but
there,
for
that's some
real,
ancient techniques right there. But
honestly,
they made it look
honestly,
bad. So shout out to
honestly.
y'all out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just so the point that we're really just trying to make is just like enjoy life. Like food is meant to be enjoyed. Like a lot of times we end up being vegan because that's, it gives you more light at the time, especially
Mhm.
if you're in the healing process. And so your body may be calling for that, but it may be a point eventually where your body might start calling for meat again. And a lot of people can sometimes um feel guilty about that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just
Mhm.
like, no, no, no. Intuitive eating is what matters. Eat what your body needs at whatever given point. It's about being intuitive. It's about discipline and it's about boundaries with food, right? But
Mhm.
if your body is calling for chicken, there's probably an ingredient or a mineral that your body needs more of in the moment because it's moving more energy, of which the vegetables you might have to eat like way more than your body can probably sustain to get that same amount of energy. So it just really depends. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I say all that to say is just operate in grace. It's about being intuitive. Follow what your spirit team is pushing you to. If they're telling you to cut the meat out, cut the shit out. It may not be forever. You know what I'm saying? If your spirit team is telling you to exercise more, do that. If they're telling you to stop exercising for a while, do that. Do
Mhm.
whatever intuitively your higher self is speaking to you through because there's a reason for it. So let go, surrender, be in flow, and everything will work out. I'll leave it there.
DJ dropped the mic once again, you guys, and I'm gonna leave the audience with a question. What's one mindset that completely changed your life? Like, what mindsets completely changed your life? Thank you, DJ, for coming on here. I
Thank you
already
for
knew you was
having
gonna do this.
me.
I already knew you was gonna uplift us and change us in quantum leap. I already know this is what you do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This is truly an honor to share a platform for you. I'm rooting for you and supporting you behind the scenes. And shout out to everybody who made it in the chat. I'm sorry I couldn't, see your comments and stuff like that, but whoever showed up, I appreciate the love. Can I plug my stuff? Is that
Yeah,
cool?
go
Oh,
ahead. I was
okay,
gonna
cool,
tell
cool,
you to
cool.
do it anyways.
Oh, I love that. I bet. See, I must have intuitively known. Nice, like now. Yeah, y'all can follow me at I think on here it's spiritual underscore gems with a Z. So you guys can follow me here on Instagram. It should be there somewhere. Um, and through that, you guys can click a link and sign up for my YouTube. Follow me there. It's at Spiritual Gems Podcast on YouTube with an S instead of a Z. And then I have a Telegram group, I'm trying to invite people to of like-minded individuals. And that's another way that you can connect with me on a more intimate basis and a more regular basis if you wanted to as well. And you can DM me and stuff like that as well. But yeah, if you guys don't mind, like, subscribe, and share. You know what I mean? I also do reading, so through those means, you can find my Calendly page. So if you're looking to maybe find out more about, what your soul purpose is, or if you wanted to get more understanding or healing during a specific time in your life, you're having a hard time, you're trying to gain and get clarity, we can do that for you as well. And yeah, I have some other things that's in the works I won't say too much about yet, but it's gonna be dope. So yeah, connect with me, and I look forward to connecting with y'all. Much love. Thanks again, Shuni. I appreciate you.
You're so welcome, DJ. Thank you for your time here as well. But you have somebody that responded back to our question.
Oh, love it.
Here says, radical self acceptance, not judging my process of my journey, taking the time to feel my feelings and really listen to my spirit. I'm glad you took that away
Mm.
from today's mindset. And she said, shout out to the G9. G9? What's G9?
I don't know. Life Path 9? I think she's a Life Path 9, so maybe that's what she means. Is that what you mean, Key?
Oh, shout out
My
to the Life
bad.
Path Nines. Tierra Alicia says, DJ gifts have helped me and supported me so much. Go follow him,
Aw.
y'all. Make sure y'all do follow him, you guys.
Appreciate
Here
you,
says
T.
gang. She meant to say gang, like your gang. She's like,
Oh, gang. Yeah, yeah,
gang.
yeah. You know it.
It
Oh,
was just
my
a
fault.
9 at the end.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
you guys.
Gotcha.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in into Insight Social Scale podcast. I'm your host, Shani, and we had our guest DJ live on here today. If you like more of what you was listening to today, make sure y'all listen on all platforms, Spotify, YouTube at Insight Social Scale Podcast. And
Hmm.
also, if you would like a community aspect, I do have a Patreon where we go more deeper into the insights, where I teach you guys spiritual tools that I learned from professors. And also, it's more in there. So check out the link in the bio. And I'm also hosting a mommy walk for moms and women. So if you're in Orlando,
Ooh,
Florida area, y'all come to the mom and women walk, y'all. And y'all get y'all glow on from the sunshine. Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, you
absolutely.
guys. Oh, she said, yes, I'm a Life Path 9. Gang. I wish you
Gang,
could see the
gang.
comments. Just the
Oh,
way
I
they
wish I
typing it
could
is
too. I'm
funny.
so blown.
All
Shout
right,
out
you
to my
guys.
Life
Good
Path
night.
9.
Enjoy your abundant Thursdays.
Peace, peace,
Peace.
peace. Appreciate y'all. Salute.